Welcome. Today we're going to be learning 5 moves, 5 steps to take our abstract to the poster format with data visual storytelling. So let's start with the abstract. We need to have it in front of us and we need to really study specifically the results section. And what we do is we break it into manageable groups. We cluster things together that fit or more or less fit together. The second move is we lock down the frame. We have to understand what the expectations are from the conference leaders and also from our organization. Is there a specific format or template that we need to use? Move number 3. We need to, at this point, decide how we're going to be using the real estate of the poster, specifically how we're going to do the narrative storytelling. So here we have 4. So I want to have that center stage and everything else just going to fall to the sides. 4, we're going to take each single sentence or groupings of the abstract result sections and really start critically thinking about how we can do data storytelling with that section. And that's really what this story and recording is all about. So let's look. 55 platform and 103 poster abstracts were accepted. This is numbers. This is our universe. If we go back to the data, we can find richer groupings within the posters or the platforms, depending on what we are wanting to focus on. Because I want to focus on the posters and I want to focus on heterogeneity of the posters, proportions is a powerful way to tell the story here. And specifically, if we're looking for proportions in this type of a small sample or small categories, a tree map lends itself very nicely. Now, I might have changed the colors depending on what I'm focusing on, but that's for later. Number 2, platforms were more likely to use quantitative designs, report statistical results, more authors, and marginally longer titles. So we have here 4 different comparative results, and we have 8 catch numbers. So we also have numbers of different type. We have percentages, we have means, medians, and we have averages. So how can we fit that all together? What we really have to think about is that we're trying to really convey variance. And variance and lollipops lend themselves very nicely together. Now, by all means, this is not the only answer. It's just the first one that comes to mind. This is the beginning. So when we look at this, it's not even beautiful. It's early. We're just doing mock-ups. We're trying to establish our content and our approach. Let's try it again. Here we have a range with a mean, a standard deviation, and a 95% confidence interval. But we also have something unique. We have a threshold, a fence. We haven't seen that before, and that lends itself very nicely to visual storytelling. So what we also can do here is we need to go back to the focus of the abstract, and that was about visualizations. So how can we pair visualizations and these words together, expanding upon the abstract results? If we could do that, we could have for each single of the 12 posters, we could have a word count and we could have a visual count. And if that were the case, we could build a scatter plot. But beyond the scatter plot, we need to lead the audience along and we can create a 2x2 matrix. Why is this so powerful? Because with time, we can add colors and focus to draw the eyes to a certain specific point. So here we are drawing the eye to that most of the posters are falling in the upper left corner, which is text heavy and visually thin. Let's try it one more time. The last result was that there's this number here, which is integral numbers, but they can also be considered continuous numbers. And within the continuous category, we have a lot of choices. So let's do a box plot. Here we can really get into, we can visualize the distribution in a type of visual that does a lot of work for us. Whether we want to add the fence or not, we need to ask an audience member or somebody who can be critically giving us feedback. Now, you can make a 5th move. If you have time and you have a lot of text on the outsides, on the peripheries, whether it's the methods, the introduction, the discussion, consider pushing it one step further. Add one more data visual. And this one might be an overkill. It's AI generated with my collaboration. However, it is onto something powerful, and I probably will use something like this, but just in a stripped down version. So go ahead and in chat, put in what is your poster challenge, and I will provide some feedback to your thoughts. Thanks so much.